In our previous tutorial, we created this thing called pickup. So it's like a virtual object. It's the idea of something that can be picked up. We haven't made it physically yet. We've just got this idea in the code. So let's take that idea in the code and make it real and show up on the screen. So we're going to work over in game.js. Now, we want to actually have a lot of pickups. But initially, we're just going to start with one. Okay, just going to start with one. So we're going to go let pickup. Okay, so we're going to create this thing called a pickup. Later on, we'll get rid of this and we'll make it into a list to keep track of everything. But for now, we're just going to have the one. Now in setup, at the bottom, we're going to create the pickup. So pickup, the thing we made, is going to be a new pickup. Notice this is capitalized because we're now referring to this class of pickup, this prototype. We're making the idea into a real one now here. And this needed an x and y, so we're going to give it a coordinate of, I don't know, 100, 250. That's an x and a y. I'm just guessing a good location for now. And now I want to actually draw it. So after I've drawn my sprite, I'm going to go pickup.show. Now when I run, there's my pickup. It has appeared on the screen. I've made it real. Now it doesn't do anything yet. It just displays itself on the screen. So we want to add a little bit more interactivity to this. So instead of just showing the pickup, we're actually going to create a function to handle or check the pickup to see if it's being collided with, and if it's collided with, we'll make it disappear. So function handle pickups. So instead of calling pickup show here, we're going to do that down here and handle pickups. So after we've drawn the sprite, we're going to handle pickups. So that means we're just going to call this function to show the pickup. Now we don't want to actually show it. What we want to do first is if pickup dot, then we're going to check if we have hit the player. Okay. If pickup check hit player, if that returns true, okay, then we're going to do nothing. But if it returns false, we will show the pickup. So if we're not hitting the pickup, show it. If we do hit it, then run this code and remove it. So let's see what happens. So we're here, we haven't touched the pickup yet, and now we're touching it, and it's gone. So what happened is this. We called handle pickups. Every time that was called, it checked if our pickup had hit the player. If it had hit the player, it removed it from the game. It just took it away. If it hadn't hit it, it tried to draw it. Okay? Now why didn't it come back is because after we removed it, trying to draw it won't actually work. So I'll show that again. So we haven't touched it, but as soon as we touch the pickup, it removes it and it's gone. It's lost from the game world. So that's how we can do it with one pickup. But what if we want a lot of them? How are we going to handle that instance? Well, instead of pickup, we're going to make pickups, and it's going to be a list. Okay? It's going to be a list of them. And instead of just creating one pickup, we're going to run a loop. Okay? For let I equal 0, or C or counter equals 0, while I is less than 10, I equals I plus 1. So we're going to do this 10 times. What we're going to do is we're going to create a new pickup. Now, at the moment, every one of these pickups is going to have the same x and y coordinate. So I don't really want that. I might want them all to space out in a line. So I'm going to make it 100 plus I times 30. And I'm going to lower them down. So this means the first one's going to be at position x 100, then 130, 160, 190, 220, so on and so forth. And then I need to push each of these pickups into that list. So pickups, that's my list, dot push this new pickup, or add it to that list. And now I will have a list of 10 pickups. So the next thing I need to do is handle my pickups and change this, because this only checks for one. But we need to check all of them. So I'm going to need to run a loop again. For let I, or C, whatever you want, equal. Now, I'm going to do my loop, I'm going to go through my list backwards. Pickups.length minus 1. I is greater than or equal to 0. I equals I minus 1. And now what do I need to do? I need to check each individual pickup. So down here, I'm going to take this code that I had before, and I'm going to paste it in there. And I don't have to modify this too much. Instead of pickup, I'm doing pickups. So I'm just going to check each pickup. Now, if I have hit it, I'm going to remove it from the list. And the way that I remove it from the list is I go pickups, dot splice I, 1, and that will just find this pickup position and remove it. And down here, instead of pickups show, I'm going to show pickups I.show. So effectively what this does is, it just goes through the list backwards. If it finds that the pickup is touching the player, it removes the pickup, otherwise it shows it on the screen. Okay, so let's run that. And there's all my pickups. And now I can collect all of them. So that's how I can have lots of pickups in my game. In our next tutorial, we're going to add a bit of sound.